I'm drinking some sort of weird mix of black tea. Did you hear me when I was in the dark? No. So I'm drinking some weird mix of black tea, sage, and what is the third thing? Ginger. And this is a note to me that I need a carpet or something. Yeah, hi. Ouch, it hurts. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn my head away from you. Okay, here we are. Hello. Welcome to my multidimensional living room. I'll be making another energy painting, so I'll be tuning into the energy field of people watching this video across time and space. After the last two readings I've already done, I said to the spirit, I don't want to start channeling before I press record, because what happens is that I start channeling and then when I do press record, I feel like I have to repeat myself. But I couldn't really stop the life from happening so that I could be like, peace of mind, fully still, unbothered, completely be like clear inside. So I already know bits and pieces of what I'm gonna be infusing into the painting, and then if something wants to develop itself, it will have space and time. And if not, then it is what it is. If something resonates with you, if something speaks to you, if it helps you orient yourself, if it helps you understand yourself, if it helps you navigate your earthly existence, then great, that's the point. And if something doesn't really vibe with you, then it's probably for or from somebody else. So you can just leave it and don't bother. I noticed these readings tend to be a little bit abstract. So if you're in need of quick information hit, then I can suggest you watching some of my Tetris for the Psyche videos from the playlist called Tetris or Tarot Readings, because I edit them without having too much space for silences. But this includes silences. I only cut out if something really isn't meant to be. So let's start. First things first. First thing on your mind when you wake up in the morning, what is it? Is there something that has been repeating over time? Is there something that's been in your head? Like an invisible thread in the morning, like as soon as you wake up. Is there something that's been showing up for you in the morning? Because there was something that was showing up for me. And that is the music that is playing in my head as soon as I wake up in the morning. Over the last few days, it's been maybe a week or even 2 weeks. And that is Deftones. And don't get me wrong, I love Deftones. And I'm mostly very pleased when I hear Deftones inside of me. And, Deftones their music never gets old. They are infinite source. There's a card from this like round archetype card that just showed up in my head, and that is the card of mentor or poet. Which one is this? Basically the one that is speaking about how it's the mentor. The dark side of the mentor is when mentor mistaken themselves as the source of enlightenment rather than a channel of infinite source going through them. So I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to say anything wrong, but Deftones have been playing a lot as a very first thing in the morning as soon as I wake up. And I was wondering, why am I hearing Deftones every morning? Every morning there's a different song. And as I said, I love them. But there was a little bit like, why? Is there a message? Is there something? Sometimes, of course, it happens that their lyrics are in perfect sync with my life, and that's perfect. But then sometimes it's like, but why? It's like, why so persistent? Why every morning? Why on repeat? Why? I feel like it's involuntary. I feel like I don't get to choose a radio station of my head. And then I realized that it's you. Maybe I'm tuning into somebody's energy field who is really listening to Deftones every day, all day. Aren't they amazing? So there may be something with Deftones that is playing out. Maybe this is a hint that you could pay a little bit more attention to lyrics when they show up and how they show up. And how they match your life. Or how do you feel in relationship to their music? The question I have for myself, from myself, is, do I speak to Deftones fans or Deftones themselves? How do you feel about it? How do you feel through the music? Because there is certainly, especially recently, I mean, the private music just came out like, months ago. There were few tracks that I felt like they were so powerfully lived through me. It was like they became the soundtrack of my life. You know, it's like when you listen to music in a way that you don't listen to it just through your ears, it's just like you can feel it in your whole body. It's like you listen to your music with your muscles, and again, I have to say, I have synesthesia. I don't know about normal people, but it's like you can taste it. You can taste it, you can smell it, you can see colors through it, and I really do mean it when I say that you can hear the music with your muscles. And there were some songs from Deftones that really played themselves through me in a quite significant way. And from those experiences, I can extract this energy of really finding music that lives through you. Not just the music that you put into your head and then you just mind your own business and you just mindlessly move around. Like, not even music that you theoretically like because you have other associations to why do you like that music, but music that really speaks to your nervous system. And you know, I always paint with red, blue, black, and white. But to continue the thread of this energy, I feel like I need more colors. Damn. Because I definitely sense... Whoa, that was brave. Okay. I don't know if you saw what happened. But basically I What's the name of this? What's the English word for this? I shuffled? I can of paint and no, there's paint everywhere. But it does tie into what I wanted to say, and that is that when you live the music, when you allow music to go through you and merge with your life experience, and it becomes, when the music becomes life, your life, it becomes a soundtrack of your life, but you're giving it life, and it gives you life, and it's, you know, this feeling when you really, really vibe with the song, oh my god, and then you're walking down on the street, and nobody needs to hear what you're listening to, but they feel you. And they can sense your vibe, you're electric, you're magnetic, you're sparkling, you're glowing, because of the music. Nothing else needs to be in place in your life, just music. It can create the feeling of being in love with life, even if you're not in love, even if nothing seems to work out. But music is so powerful that it can activate you to come to that part where colors are alive. You start noticing colors way much more. Maybe you live in an atmosphere where you only see light and dark and shades of gray in between. Like you look at something green and you don't really notice how mesmerizing that velvet green is, or how vibrant that pink is, or you don't notice how yellow that flame of a candle is, until you really come into this energy of just feeling like colors are just popping in, like soap bubbles. It reminds me also of the Holy Festival of throwing colors on one another. Maybe that's something that you've participated in. So yeah, I'm getting this connectivity of colors and music and sound and feelings, and how it all creates like a colorful dancing symphony of something, with sound, of sound, through sound. Okay. Cool. All right. I wanted to tell you how the tentacles of your non-physical being, of you as a non-physical being, are in a way flirting with possibilities of what is about to be grounded into your physical reality, into your physical experience. And it's as if like You, of course, are not just physical beings, so you are in your space. You are looking at the screen, you see me talking to you. But your non-physicalness is here with me in the room, is in the room of your house where you grow up. It's outside in the open. It's around forests and cows, and it's in spaces where you've even never been. It's in continents where you've never been. People that you know, that they know you, when they thought about you in certain places, they left the spirit of you over there. You're stretched all over the planet and even outside of the planet. So there are, of course, you're everywhere, but there are like little tentacles, just like how I drew them here, that are touching and flirting and coming in contact with and reacting with other energies, and then deciding, sensing what kind of an influence or purpose that might play for you in the physical realm. And I sense a lot of positive, giggly, happy, joyful, jolly, in love with life, soul orgasm, colorful. Did you say that? Awe-inspiring. Moments being orchestrated for you. And now that's one of those moments when you're like, yeah, where? If I would be telling you there are good things coming for you, you'd be like, they all say that. Wait and see, or watch and see, I don't know what to say. In the non-physical realm of you, there are good things in construction for you to experience yet down here in the room where you are. I get I don't know what it is, but I get it's like a package of something that is good for your taste buds, because I get a taste of it, like a sugar rush, like something really good, like something that you really love tasting, and something that really smells good to the point of you realizing, you finding that smell or that frequency, that fragrance, that when you breathe it in, there was some sort of like a obstacle in delivery of information. When you breathe it in, you feel like not just that your nose is pleased with what you sense, but also it feels like the weight of your shoulders is being lifted off. There is music that you are yet to love to see. Hold on a second. I was having like a flash of this color. I didn't use it for a very long time, so it's gonna be... You still okay? Yeah. I was seeing the blue on my palm, and then I saw the need for making it darker. And I got like a very mature energy with it. It's like, it tells me that you will get to the point of really choosing for yourself. What intensity do you need? What intensity do you want? What tone of blue do you want? You learn to see what is enough for you and where do you need a little bit more. You learn to ask for more. You learned to articulate what is it that you need and want. You have developed your tastes. Your taste buds are on the next level. And it gives you a brand new full spectral quality of life. Interesting. Watch what I'm doing now. This thoughts that you may have had of like, yeah, right. That's what they all say. Breathe. What else is there? Oh. Okay. What else is there? Exactly. You're getting exactly what you need. A darker shade of blue. I touched on music that is unreleased. I cannot see it, hear it, experience it, read it in its meta information because it's not released, it's protected, and I cannot go into the quantum realm and listen to somebody's unreleased music. But I've touched on something that gave me an energetic imprint of that music, and it gives me a signal of how does it feel to hear that music in the future when it's released, when it's available in the physical realm, when me can go and get in contact with that music one way or another, streaming or hearing live or buying music or hearing by accident. Me from the future already has the experience of hearing that music and loves it. Which really confirms to me that whatever it is that your tentacles of your non-physical being is cockatiering with and orchestrating. The word schmoozing comes into my mind. So like your spirit is schmoozing something for you in the physical realm so that you can be happy in the physical, so that you can actually experience the joy of living. And yeah, it comes as a confirmation that it's not something you see yet. You're not meant to see it. Why am I then telling you all of this if you're not meant to see it? Yeah, why am I telling you this if you're not meant to see it? It's not that you're not meant to see it. You'll see it. I don't get any clear answer to that. I need to change position. I need to change position. Something more comfortable here. There is something about touching the earth and experiencing music through earth. I feel like I'm being drawn to touching clay in its natural form, touching moss, touching trees, and finding ways how to turn touch into the music. I've seen many people doing this. They put modulars, is that how it's called? And wires onto plants, and then they stream the frequency of the plant into the music. But it's not even that what I'm speaking about. That's an example of how that's already done. But I'm tapping into something that is yet to be done through you, if I'm speaking to you. I'm getting that there are places of the earth that have music within themselves that is yet unchanneled. And there is plenty of it. There is like an infinite source of music that is yet to be harvested. And it comes from earth. Maybe you have an association, an inspiration, or a pull, inspiration to go somewhere specifically and try to connect with the land in one way or another. Maybe you have some technical, already established, functioning system of how to turn natural goods into music. But maybe it's also just energetic that you need to be there. Maybe you don't need to use any instrument or a tool. Maybe you can sing it out. Because I'm getting like a very clear cut, clear energy, very grounded, free from bullshit, free from distractions, free from fluff. Very raw, centering. I would say clear-headed, but it has a potential of altering your mind. That type of a music. It's not even about type of a music in terms of a genre. Genre, how do you pronounce it? It's more that the energy of it is very clear. And it's about the touch. You need to touch the earth. I'm also getting the energy of waking up in the morning and having completely other, like a page being turned in a book or another book being opened, signifying completely different energy, completely different outlook on life. Like most of the days you wake up and you hate the noise outside, and then one day you wake up and you go out and that which you used to hate, now you suddenly realize how relaxing it is to look at it. It's like finding joy and beauty and love in people, places, and things, and views and sceneries, situations, circumstances that used to annoy you. Which speaks about a newfound level of peace that has been cultivated within you, consciously or unconsciously, directly or indirectly. That's pretty. That's really pretty. And by that's really pretty, I mean when someone can kindly tell you to pay attention to something and you do, and it really shifts you entirely. And now then sometime later you realize like that one kind suggestion was all that was necessary. Yeah. I'm specifically seeing somebody telling to somebody to let go of anger. To just like put it down. And to be kinder to yourself. And that in and of itself already created a whole bunch of space for all this colorful glory to come streaming down into your existence. When I zoom out a little bit, I get the very find words for paintings, like, you know what I mean. Very light, cheeky, sassy, sophisticated, light, flowy, simple, unobscured, focused, fashionable, heightened, lightened, inspiring, soothing, refreshing, warm, but refreshing. Heart opening, but it's this level of heart openness where your heart is open but you're not necessarily fully aware of it. Where it's the level of heart openness where it's so second nature to you already that you don't even notice it. Yeah, all those words are the words that I could use to describe the energy that I see here. And I'm getting very specific places from the planet where I sense that energy. I'm a little bit hesitant to share the location though. Why am I hesitant to share a location? Because I don't know. I don't know the precise location. And I'm afraid that my memory might serve me not well. But I felt like this when I was passing next to Centre Pompidou in Paris. And there was one little street where I've seen blue door next to red door. It might be even right next to the museum or a street next to. And I don't remember if there was a bakery somewhere on the opposite side of the street that I looked into. But there I am when I'm looking at this painting. I'm on the street of Paris. And if you ask me what's the name of the street, I have no idea. Why are you waiting? I don't feel like I have an answer to that question, but it's a question for you. If you find yourself waiting for something, the question is, why are you waiting? Because I was seeing somebody having a trip from A to B and using a bus. And bus route is one bus plus another bus plus third bus. And so you've already completed one bus and now you have to wait for the other bus. But you have to wait for 8 hours, which is quite long. Are you waiting there? And I see you waiting on the bus station. And you have 8 hours of life in the bus station. And I see somebody else coming in and asking you, why are you waiting? And now from one aspect from one perspective, from one point of view, it's like, of course I'm waiting. I'm here to wait for a bus. Where else should I wait for a bus? You may not see any other possibility of how could you move towards your destination without waiting for that bus. And in that space of waiting for the bus, there are interesting things that need to happen for you while you're waiting. But the answer of why are you waiting, I feel like that's your answer. I also get that that's a bit abstract to bring into this space here. That's what I'm getting here, to ask you, why are you waiting? If you want to let me know, feel free. But I really feel like I'm not... If that previous thing that I said, you're not meant to know what is coming, but I did tell you, this is the part where I really feel like I'm not meant to give you an answer of why you're waiting, because if I would, the answer would be coming streaming through me. But it's like a closed door for me to see. But I have to ask you. I think I'm gonna leave the painting here. Something isn't spoken still. What is it? Oh my god. I was bringing this in another reading. I think it was like in the past one that I did, and I get this like little pearls. I think now in the Christmas time you will find that everywhere. Those little pearls that you can put on the string and create jewelry out of it, and it's coming back again. I don't know, it might be something that you're playing with, that you're working with, something that you have around you right now. Speaking of things that you have around you right now, please look around and find something that is red and something that is blue, and pay attention to what is it. And also pay attention to what type of a relationship do you have with those objects. What do they mean to you? Do they mean anything? Do they tell a history? Do you have an emotional link to them? Just observe. Connect with the space around you. Is there anything else that is coming? Yeah, so these little pearls, the soap bubbles, bakeries and the smell of freshly baked bread. And I sense a fragrance that I cannot describe. I'm sorry. But I sense the presence of a fragrance that has a power to change how you perceive the air around you. It's not just a pleasant perfume of somebody. It's a perfume that you associate with something, with a change that is about to occur in your life. I used to do that when I was younger. I still do that. Okay. Yeah, I still do that. But it started as a conscious decision when I was younger. So when I would notice that I'm falling in love, then I would choose a new perfume, and that would be the perfume of that relationship. Or I have a perfume that I match with previous workspaces, or perfume that I match with certain trips. So there is a fragrance that is coming into your life that will mark the life trajectory that you're moving into, that is in the process of being grounded through your physical body into your physical reality, so you can see it, smell it, hear it. So there is something with music, fragrance, colors, and soap bubbles. Let me know what that is. Very, very beautiful energy, I must say. And I'm glad that there were no... how do I say that? There were no, like, dramaticness of scorpionic energy that is currently in the air. So, let me know if you want your own personalized energy painting. I can paint your own energy. I can make it look good. I can make it for your walls, or I can make it for the purpose of you getting to know yourself through the painting. If you want something like this, the link is in the description down below. If you want large scale paintings, I already have some done. You can also find the link for that. Or, and what else I wanted to say? Intro and outro. I will forever improvise. I don't even want to bring myself to this space where I can just, like, you know, say intro and outro in a very automated way. I don't feel like that suits my soul or fits my soul. But I was also saying that for German language, and in the end I learned how to speak. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for co-creating this energy with me. Thank you for holding space for me to paint for you. And ciao.